Убей! Убей!
What's up, boys? Let's talk weapons. Now, I'm not going to keep you here too long because we've got a lot of factory clips and a lot of information to get through. I've collected a list of some of the best budget to mid-range weapons specially designed for factory that I think exist. Now, don't get me wrong, this is all personal preference and you guys are going to have serious opinions about what I'm choosing right here. So please, if you've got anything you can suggest, then please leave it in the comments. So I'm going to break this video down into two parts. The first is going to be covering weapons that are buildable and purchasable before the flea market, and the second part is going to be utilizing the flea market as well as high-level traders. One last thing before we get going, boys, I want to thank you so much. 1,000 subscribers, YouTube partner, and a 100,000 view video. It's just insane. The only thing that I ask of you guys is to please subscribe, because I think you find that this is if you're a new player and you haven't unlocked Jaeger yet, you're going to need to go and do that first before watching this video, as he has some items that we need. I hope you enjoy the video, boys, and if you're ready, let's go look at some guns. Alright, boys, here we are. I present to you my list of weapons that I'd recommend for factory. The main driving force between these choices are cost and effectiveness. I want to keep your cost low while also providing you with enough firepower to win fights and get out safely. I'm going to go through each weapon now, one by one, and explain my choices. One thing you might notice here is that there's a gap between these two sets of weapons, and that's because everything you see below the gap is purchasable and buildable before you hit the flea market at level 15. Alright, so first up we have the double barrel shotgun, which truly is the most bottom of the barrel recommendation that I could possibly give you. The best ammo you could buy for it at level 1 traders is the 6.5mm express buckshot. You have the option of shooting a single shell, or you can turn on the double tap option and shoot both barrels at the same time. The gun itself costs only 8,820 rubles from Jaeger, as well as the shells that go for 41 rubles each, making this the most cost-effective option that I can recommend. Next up, I have the trusty Mosin. This rifle has been bridging the gap between the Brokes and the Chads for as long as I remember. You're going to want to pair the Mosin up with LPS rounds, as they have the ability to 2-tap level 4 armors. Although the Mosin is deadly, there's no room for error as it's a skill shot, and it's going to take practice to comfortably take down enemies before they close the gap on you. Again, keep your distance. The gun costs 34,825 rubles from Purport, as well as the LPS rounds that go for 319 a shot. Alright, the PPSH is my next pick and personal favourite before you reach the flea market. The plan here is to pair this up with the LRNPC rounds for shooting into legs rather than trying to penetrate armour. The gun is an absolute beast, folding PMCs over like it's nothing. The benefit here is that it doesn't matter what kit you come up against, because the tactic is to position yourself well and spray bullets into their kneecaps. What is insane here is that you also have access to the 71 round drum mag, making this weapon very effective. Popor has both the gun, which costs 26,599 rubles, and the drum mags at 17,440 each, while Jaeger has the LRN PC rounds coming in at 72 rubles a shot. The last gun on the pre-flea market list is the AKS-74U, one of the only guns that can be highly customized at this level. If you can utilize both full and single fire, you're going to be able to take down enemies and train yourself well for when it comes to modding higher level weapons. The major benefit you have here is the laser, as it's going to help you get comfortable with hip firing when you're on the move, which is so important when it comes to factory. You have single fire for medium range and full auto for close. The only time I tend to ADS is when the PMC doesn't know where I am, so I can crouch lean and hold angles ready to spray them down. But there is a problem with this weapon. You're going to want to hold fire on this one until you get at the very least PS rounds, because the ammo that you're provided with at level 1 is just not sufficient. This should not be too hard though, as 5.54 caliber rounds are readily available off of scavs, as well as looting it from known locations in Tarkov. The gun itself comes from Popor, only costing you 24,605 rubles, with the completed build coming in at 47,933. Okay boys, that covers everything I wanted to show you for if you haven't unlocked the flea market yet. Now let's move on to my personal weapon choices that I find to be the most consistent and affordable to position yourself well for combat. Alright, first up I want to introduce you to a weapon and ammo type that scares me to my very core, and that is the MP153 shotgun paired with devastating flechette. This thing can fire 8 shells of pure terror as quick as you can left click, basically ignoring most armor all the way to level 6. Skill doesn't even come into it, all you have to do is position yourself well and unload down range until your enemy is turned into Swiss cheese. Make flechette a found in raid only ammo battle state, for God's sake! You can also kill together with next to no effort. If for some reason you can't access flechette, the 8.5mm Magnum buckshot will be your go-to. You can pick up the gun from Jaeger level 2 at 29,341 rubles, with the complete build coming in at 76,870. I consider this build to be one of the best cost to effect ratios in the game. Alright, if you thought the MP153 was bad, you haven't met its older brother, the Saiga 12. Again, if you pair this with flechette, you are truly a force to be reckoned with. Recoil will feel like a thing of the past. If your enemy is behind light cover, just shoot through the damn thing. With the ability to attach a power mag as well, you can consistently fire 20 shells at your enemy until they drop dead. Although this can be quite expensive, as a power mag will set you back around 40,000 rubles each, whereas the 10 round mags are only 3,885 rubles each. Same again here, if you can't get flechette, pack it with the 8.5mm Magnum buckshot. Just a quick note as well, this is basically Tagilla's worst nightmare. Jaeger sells the Saiga 12 at level 2 for 25,572 rubles, with the complete build coming in at 88,428. Now, I had to include an M4 in this list. as it's great for many situations, switching between full auto and single fire. There's nothing better than doing some parkour around factory while hip firing with this thing. We do have a problem though, and that's the sheer cost of a mid-range M4. It's enough to not feature it on this list, but I have a solution. Get yourself over to mechanic level 2 and you will see a barter for a fully modded M4. All it requires is 2 pro kills, which will cost you around 120,000 rubles. Once you have it, remove the scope, the IR laser and the canted sight. Move the canted sight so it's now on the top, and then add back a normal laser. You have a choice as well. You can either save these spares or you can sell them. It has to be said as well, for factory, I highly enjoy the 100 round mag. I know it's not the most popular thing in the world, but trust me, for factory on full auto with cheaper ammo, it's a thing of beauty. I love this thing. Regarding the ammo, you're going to want to buy M855 at a minimum and scale your way up to stay competitive. Regarding the leftover attachments though, if you were to sell these back to mechanic, this entire build would only cost you 90,000 rubles, which I think is an absolute steal. Next up is my personal favourite and king of the mid-range build, and that's the RPK. With better stats than most of the AK family, you can mod this up to be a very solid mid-range weapon. Like before, with the AKS-74U, you're going to want to use a minimum of PS rounds. But with the 95 round drum mag, we're aiming to play a quantity over quality type situation. Mag dumping will be the norm, as you overwhelm enemies with a seemingly endless stream of bullets. Even with the drum mag, you can flip this over to a single fire and accurately take people down. If drum mags aren't your style though, switch over to a 60 rounder or a 30 rounder. Another bonus of this gun though is to stun lock Tagilla with the sheer firepower you will be sending his way. He slows right down as he reacts to every bullet.
Fuck you, dumb bitch.
The RPK is only going to set you back around 38,000 rubles from the flea market, while the complete build comes in at 122,280. You can save a bit of money though by going down to 30 round mags if you want to. Alright, so the last on this list is the SR2M. A recent addition to the game and my go-to SMG. It's light and has the same RPM as an MP7 but much cheaper. This thing shreds. I like everything about this gun, particularly the ability to move quickly through the map and hip fire comfortably at close range. One drawback though is the initial kick when using full auto, so make sure you are crouched when trying to line up further away enemies. It's simple to build too, with a silencer that's much cheaper than the ones available for the MP7 and UMP for example. If you have access to PS rounds, you can shoot your target wherever you like. But if P ammo is all that's available, you're going to want to go for the leg meta. You can pick up the gun from the flea for around 40,000 rubles, while the complete build will only set you back by 85,946. Thank you very much, boys. That was a lot of information, I'm aware, but if there's anything you disagree with, you're going to have to let me know in the comments. Couple of things, boys. We stream most days of the week over on Twitch, so come check us out on there. Join the Discord if you want. We're a nice little small community, so you get a lot more one-on-one interaction. And just one more time, if you could subscribe, I'd really appreciate that. Next video, we're going to talk about spawns on Factory and why this information might save you from dying in 2 seconds. See you, boys.